How's it going, parents? I wanted to reach out and give a brief update on what our plan is as a student ministry regarding Tuesday nights, as well as give some updates on summer camp for you all in this ever changing world as we get different restrictions, different things, different information coming to us. I just wanted to keep you all in the loop. So, to begin, I want to give a brief announcement about our Tuesday night youth group gatherings. For the past number of weeks, we have been meeting over Zoom. And because of the lifting of some restrictions based on the governor's order now, houses of worship can operate at a 25% or less capacity. And because of that, we are going to be able to start gathering again in person for our student ministry Tuesday night gathering. So I'm so excited about that. And what's kind of crazy with this is some of your students have actually come on um, during this time of Zoom and have never actually come to a Tuesday night gathering. So a couple things with that. We will meet Tuesday night, like we always do, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock here at church. The one difference is instead of meeting in the youth room over on West Campus, we are going to be meeting in the multi-purpose room here on the main campus. The reason for doing that is with that 25% capacity, we would either be right at or exceeding that limit if we were to gather in the youth room. And because we want to maintain social distancing and the rest, as well as being under that 25% threshold, meeting in the multi-purpose room just alleviates that. So what we're going to do is we are going to gather in the multi-purpose room. We are going to sing. We are going to study God's word. We're going to be continuing our series through First John. And then after that time, we are going to move outside and spend the rest of our time outside, weather permitting, tomorrow night. So we're not going to do our small groups like we would normally do, breaking off into small groups tomorrow, although that probably will come here in short order. We just wanted a little bit of time for them to socialize and spread out and enjoy this nice summer weather with the weather being so nice. So that is our plan for tomorrow night. Probably the number one question I've been getting asked is, what do we do about face masks? Do I need to send my kid with a face mask? Now, the governor's orders state that a face mask must be worn with the exception of eating, drinking, or exercising. It's really not my place um, to remove that order. What I'll say is personally, I'll be wearing a bandana with the exception of when I'm addressing the whole group and announcement times or during teaching. We may have a little snack or something available for them. Obviously, if they're eating, they're drinking a water bottle, something like that. We understand, but we are gonna um, basically expect what the governor's orders says because that's the rules that are in place. The second thing I wanted to address is a summer camp update, and I know I've been getting a lot of questions. And trust me, parents and students, I feel you. It's hard to not have answers. God has been stretching all of us with regards to our patience and our just desire to have more information. But I'm excited to be able to give a couple updates. Although I wish I would have a little bit more information than I do, this is just the season that we're in. And I wanted to at least provide you with an update. So, the first thing I want to say about summer camp for this year is have you guys write down a couple of dates. Is these are crucial. So we will be having two identical parent meetings. This is what we do every year. That way you can come to whichever is better for your schedule. So you don't have to come to both. This is going to be the exact same meeting, just at two different times. So this is going to be on June 7th, which is a Sunday, and that's going to be after our second service here at Faith Church, and that'll be at 12:45. If you were coming, if you weren't at second service, but you're just coming back here for that, that'll be at 12:45 here at church on June 7th. Or you can come to June 9th, which is that following Tuesday night here at church at 7:30. So two parent meetings, those are mandatory. If you're out of town or something, reach out to me. But if you're in town, if you're at all able to get here, we expect you to be here, particularly with all the nuance of everything going on this summer with COVID and all of that. I would especially ask you to try to make a point to be there. All forms will be due at that point, and if anyone has an outstanding balance, their final funds would be due at that point. If you have any questions, let me know. I haven't actually distributed those final registration forms, because that's going to be dependent on this next point. So the next point is, where are we going for summer camp? Well, we're still waiting to have the final answer on that. But what I will say is, in this last video I sent out, I kind of laid out a handful of different options, and we're moving our way down the funnel now with those options. So we are still sticking with plan A, which is to go to Bonita Park. They are reviewing all of the governor's orders and talking with their county manager and different people, and they have every intent of operating this summer if they're allowed to. With that being said, they just haven't been able to give me the total green light thumbs up that it's happening yet, although they're hoping that that will come soon. So I can't say with 100% chance that that will happen. But we are still pursuing going to Bonita this summer. The second option, our plan B, will be to go to Durango at a camp that's up there that Pastor Brian has a connection with. We are waiting to hear back from them as well to see what the status of their camp is, given the regulations in Colorado. So really, with those two, that's plan A and B. I will say it's plan A, it's because that's what we had originally planned to do. But really, where I'm at between those two options is whoever can get back to me first positively, we're going to go with that. So really, those are our two main plans. We're waiting for a confirmation from either one that it's a go-ahead. If that's the case, then we're going to move forward with one of those camps. I will keep you updated as soon as I know something. The third option, plan C, if neither of those work out, is we know for sure now that we can at least meet at church. So the worst option before, by far, was that we could potentially have to do summer camp over Zoom, which just sounded terrible. That's off the list. So minimum, we will at least meet at Faith Church here in person to do summer camp, and we would lay out more details on what that looked like if we have to do that. But I'm pretty confident that either plan A or B will be able to work out. So as soon as I know, I will forward that to you. I will say that the absolute latest we would decide on where we're going is June 2nd, which I know that sounds like a long time away, but that really isn't very far away. We're going to have some answers here very shortly on that. So a lot of information there, and not a lot of it was super clarifying when it comes to summer camp. I'm sorry. I wish I could just definitively say this is what we're doing. What I just don't want to do is I don't want to say, because we don't know for sure right now with Bonita or Durango, let's just go with the church. I make that final decision, and then 2 or 3 days later or a week later, they say, hey, we're good for you to come. And we already really committed ourselves to coming here. I want to give as much time as possible to keep that door open, because I really do think it'd provide a better camp experience and be more conducive with the goals that we're trying to hit for summer camp this year. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clarifying. I'm excited to see your students tomorrow, Tuesday night. If there's any that aren't going to be able to make it or have any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can always shoot me an email at ryan@faithchurchrr.org, or feel free to give me a call as well. So love you guys, and hope this is encouragement, and you'll be hearing more from me soon. Thanks.